And it's now time for technical analysis. And Samantha Loring spoke to Warrick Selzer, technical analyst at Wealthskills, to review how markets have been trading this year, as well as a preview of what we can expect from equities in 2012.
What I did here is I just took a price performance from January 2011, obviously, looking at a weekly chart here. And as you can see, we've moved it up to exactly what we ended up as the week ended last week, Thursday. 55% or 1,549 point improvement on this chart, which is phenomenal. I mean, in time of where markets are saying there's recessions, double dips, all of these kind of things, we have this sector as the outperformer. Going forward, it's most likely going to continue.
Well, that's an interesting point, though, because the latest data from a fundamental perspective is saying that we're seeing a slowdown in the rate of growth in the automobile sales. And if you're concerned about what's taking place in Europe, wouldn't this beg the question, has the automobiles rise to fame in 2011 not peaked?
Look, I think we're not going to see a repeat of 55%. Yeah, I agree with you there, definitely. But I think what we're going to see is probably a 25 to 30% repeat of what we've seen this year.
And that's what you're pointing at on that point. Yeah. Let's move on to your top picks for 2012, the oil sector being one of them. As we can see, in May to end of August or mid-August, we saw the oil sector really plummeting there, but managing to stage quite a comeback. We saw the rand sitting in the 670s levels beginning of August, and now sitting around 832. So really Sasol, the ultimate rand hedge, one would say. Correct.
What obviously the strength in the dollar saw a lot of what was happening here, or should I say the weakness in the early part of the year saw this happening to oil. But what we've seen now is the strength in the dollar is obviously making the rand a bit weaker. So we're seeing this sort of double top, potentially double top type of action here. But I'm going with oil because it's simply also an inflationary hedge. We all basically buy most of our oil our petrol anyway from Sasol, and some sort of derivative comes through from Sasol. And as well as gas. So on the back of that, I'm looking at probably by year end 2012 around this 19,000 level there as a potential target. Obviously, I think there is going to be a bit of noise.
And currently sitting just below that 16,000 or 15,500.
Yeah. So I'm looking for a bit of a pullback in the meantime, because we've got this 130 the dollar mark. But I think after the beginning of the first quarter of next year, I think we're going to see it break above this level here. This about 16,500, and then carry on going until about at least 18,000, possibly a pullback, and then carry on forward from there.
So strong upside potential you're pricing in there, and of course we see that oil price still retaining its position above that $100 mark. Another sector that you're quite bullish on in 2012 is the LTX 15. Of course, the sector pretty much flatlined for the majority of the year, and then staged a strong upside late November, it seems. So 2012, you see more of the same.
Yeah, I think I spoke about this 2 weeks ago. This is a very strong trigger for us, telling us the fundamental side of things are looking positive for the year to come, and it's an economic growth phase that's starting to kick in. The only reason why a sector like this, the Altex or the small caps, basically moved sideways from 2009, can do this is because there's some sort of riskier appetite coming into the market again. And it doesn't take a lot for this sector to move, because they're coming off such a low base.